Because he's just the bomb. Like, he's just kapow, ka-chow. Oh, he's just that good.
You could legit drive your car down the road or across the country without wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, have you seen it? So the little tykes one, and there's the little carriage on the back, and then it looks like there's a horse on the front.
Yeah.
But you still put your feet out the bottom.
Welcome to Car School Confessions, episode 9. I'm Kate.
I'm Francis.
And I'm Vicky.
This week, we're going to be discussing what's the point of seatbelts, tips or myths during your driving test, and we're going to be discussing our driving tests as well. And also, we do have some confessions from other people as well.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know if I'm ready to relive my driving test.
I'm ready. I've got a really good story about my driving test, which is a good one. Yeah, stand by.
Okay. Stand by.
I've hyped it too much. It's going to be really underwhelming now.
I know, if this is a disappointment, me and Kate will just be like,
Thank God that, Francis.
Nice jumper, Francis.
Francis, let's have a look. Go on, give us a twirl.
What's on your jumper?
What's on my jumper?
What's on your jumper?
My car. Love it.
Is it a scorpion?
Yeah, it's a scorpion. A bath scorpion. I wore a bath hoodie last time and nobody noticed, so I'm going one more. Like, you can't miss it. And I'm talking about it, so yeah. Not on the last podcast. It said 595 on it and nobody noticed that I was wearing merch. So
is this just in case we think you've got a Fiat? Are you just really putting it out there that it's not?
Vicky, trying to wind me up. It's not going to work.
It did a bit though, didn't it?
Okay then, guys, if you were a car, what car would you be?
A bath 595 Competizione.
Really?
Loud, fast, and brightly coloured. I was going to say bright, not brightly coloured, and I was like, just brightly coloured. Loud and gregarious.
What colour? What colour would you be? The same as yours?
Fluorescent yellow.
Oh, it's green.
I did put a thing on Instagram the other day. Is it green or is it yellow? Like, to settle it once and for all. And everyone commented lime green. So
on your YouTube page, if you look on your videos, one of your thumbnails of your car is green and you've got green writing on it.
Have I?
You
Hilarious.
have. I'll send you that later.
Did I Photoshop that wrong?
Depends what mood he's in. Sometimes he's green, sometimes he's yellow.
Yeah, that's why the car's perfect for me. What car would you be?
Does it have to be a real car?
I guess not.
I'd be Lightning McQueen.
Yes, I was going to say that.
I would be Lightning McQueen. Why would you not want to be Lightning McQueen?
That's amazing.
His best car ever. I would be Lightning McQueen. 100%.
But why?
Because he's just the bomb. Like, he's just kapow, ka-chow. Oh, he's just that good.
Over enthusiastic, really funny. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, McQueen. Love it. Actually, one of my pupils did say to me that I'd be more like Mater. Didn't know how to take that.
Oh.
What, the tow truck?
Yeah. Everyone loves Mater. And Cars 2, he saves the day.
He does.
I don't know. That's not fun because Mater's a bit slow and not clever.
Oh.
I was going to say, like, you'd be Lightning McQueen. Like, your energy is fully Lightning McQueen level.
I'd be a little Tykes car. Do you know the little red and yellow ones? But not that one. I'd be the princess one with the horse on the front.
Would you have a carriage?
Yeah. Have you seen it? So the little Tykes one, and there's the little carriage on the back, and then it looks like there's a horse on the front.
Yeah.
But you still put your feet out the bottom and pedal.
That's hilarious.
But why?
I don't know. I just feel like that's me.
Okay. Pedaling with no engine.
Yeah, just like frantically pedaling through life in my little princess carriage.
Okay.
Okay, guys, another subject. What is the point of seatbelts? Why do you wear them? Do you choose not to wear them? And if you do, when and why?
Okay, so this came about as a discussion because in the olden days, like really, really olden days, seatbelts weren't mandatory. So you could legit drive your car down the road or across the country without wearing a seatbelt. Same as using your mobile phone. That never used to be illegal. So people that grew up and passed their test when seatbelts weren't mandatory and using your phone, like legit having a chat on your phone while you're driving down the M1 was okay. They just don't get it. And I've met people that are like, I don't wear a seatbelt. What's that about? Don't care if it's the law. I'm going to do it. And it's like, safety for sure. But if it used to be okay and it's not now.
But think about it though, like, why wasn't it mandatory years ago? What's different about the situation years ago than what's different about the situation now?
cars are more powerful now.
Yeah.
And things improved, don't they? Like years ago, you just had like open fires and stuff in the house and things where like you don't now. Like safety of everything is improved, hasn't it, over the years? I would not put my seatbelt on. It would feel weird. Do you not think that would be weird?
It does, yeah. It feels weird driving without a seatbelt.
Yeah.
It does. But I'm going to be controversial here about the phone thing. So when I passed my driving test, using your phone was not illegal. Like chatting on it while you're driving. Yeah.
Yeah. Texting.
I've never had a problem with using my phone and driving. I've done it. I can say that because it was legal when I passed my test. And when you're chatting, you concentrate on the road ahead. I think what the problem was a few people ruining it for everybody else. If you're looking down at your phone and you're like texting and not looking forward, you have a crash and then they're like, all right, we're going to just cancel it for everyone. So it should still be okay. You just have to like not be a tit.
Yeah. Are you okay, Francis? I feel like that needs to be with, you okay, hon? You okay? Do you know what made me laugh though about the whole thing, Francis, though, when I was having your little wobble?
Yeah.
You know, when you said phone, you did this.
Like chatting,
Hello?
yeah.
If you ask a kid now to pretend they've got a phone in their hand,
Oh, really?
they will do this.
Just this.
Yeah. Because we're used to a phone.
Aging me.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Back in my day, that wasn't illegal. I'm going to stick to what I know. Sod progress.
You look like you were on a corded landline there, Francis.
I think, that's what I was thinking. Do you remember the car phones where you'd pick it up and it'd be an actual telephone in your car?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember them.
Kate's too young.
You're posh if you had one of them.
I mean, you're the same age, Francis.
Yeah, 2 years younger than me.
Am I?
Because I've just had my birthday. So, yeah, you're 2 years younger than me.
Really? Oh, you just had a birthday, Francis.
I did.
Did you get any nice
yes,
presents?
thank you. Kate got me Crocs. I can maybe, if you're watching the YouTube version, I can input a video of it here. And now I have the same icky thing in my car as Kate.
I just nearly spun my tea out. When it's my birthday, I don't want no Crocs, thank you. Thanks,
What
guys.
do you want for your birthday, Vicky?
I'm just putting that out there in advance. Just not Crocs. Not Crocs. For my feet or for my car. No, thank you.
It was bloody hilarious, though. Thank you, guys.
I was like dead excited, waiting, like, come on, when's he gonna get them? Oh, funny.
Okay, so to wrap up, wear your seatbelt while you're driving and don't use your phone.
And driving distracted is very, very dangerous, whatever you're distracted by. So don't be distracted. Put your seatbelt on.
Wasn't dangerous in the 80s, but it's definitely dangerous now.
But you know what? My car, like, screams and shouts at you.
Oh, it's really annoying. Yeah.
But then, do you know what I don't get? People go to the effort to plug it in behind them so it doesn't beep. Well, then just plug it in. Do you know what I mean? So
Who does that?
I've seen people do it to stop the beep. So they plug the seatbelt in, like they're wearing it, and then they sit on the seat. Just put it on.
That doesn't sound like a very good hack.
No, just put it on. Like, it takes exactly the same amount of effort to just put it on. And do you know, you don't have to wear your seatbelt if you're medically exempt. What medical condition have you got that it's better for you to fly out that front windscreen than be sat with a seatbelt on?
Seatbeltophobia. Oh, I made it up. No, that's not a thing.
Some people do have anxiety around wearing a seatbelt and that claustrophobic feeling it causes, that feeling of being like restrained. So that's a legitimate thing. But I would rather have that feeling than go head first out my windscreen at 60 miles an hour.
Now we're getting the Rospa. Yeah. I've been a dick and said stupid stuff, and now Vicky's stepping in to make sure that we're still all safe. Thank you.
Please be safe. It's kind of my thing that we're all safe.
Wear a seatbelt.
What she said.
Oh, I get pupils ask me the most stupid things sometimes. I get pupils go, what car will I drive for my test? I'm like, well, this car, the one that you've had all of your lessons in. Like, you don't just turn up at the test centre and there's just a fleet of cars ready to go. Like, you've got to provide a car.
Are you taking my test?
No, I'm not. I'm not an examiner.
Oh, it would be good if you could take tests, though.
Can you imagine it?
Because then you'd know that person's good at driving. Well, yeah, I guess that's why you can't.
Yeah.
But the students would feel way more relaxed if you were taking their test. That would be a really good thing if you could be certified and not bribable, which would be impossible.
I wouldn't need bribing. I'd just be like, oh, I know we nearly died, but just don't do that again. Go and have a nice time.
Stuff like that slogan on your t-shirt, but did you die though? That's
Oh, honestly, I'd be rubbish as an examiner. I couldn't conduct a test. I'd be sending them the wrong way. I'd get lost around the test route.
You'd have a great time though in Hartlepool, like by the seaside. Get lost and then go for fish face. Bonus.
Still looking for sponsorship.
Come
Francis.
on.
what would you say that is like a myth? What do you think that kind of gets repeated quite a lot when people ask you?
The biggest myth's got to be steering. Like, do I have to steer with two hands or can I steer one-handed? Yeah, that's got to be the number one I see on YouTube. What's the answer, Rospa?
Well, as long as you're in control of the car, you can steer however you like. You can cross your hands over. You don't have to be at 10 to 2. However, that is not the safest way to drive your car.
But you can.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, of course you can. Do it with your little finger with power-assisted steering, but you are not fully in control of the vehicle if something goes wrong.
That is going to go on Instagram and it's going to get loads of comments saying that you're wrong. And you're Rospa Gold, advanced professional driver. And yeah, so Vicky knows.
You can cross your hands over on your test, you won't fail for it. But it comes though with the examiner's caveat of as long as you are in control of the positioning of the car and in control of the safety of the vehicle. So if you palm it round and then the wheel slips and that affects your positioning, then you're going to find yourself picking a driver follow.
Yeah, but if you steer with two hands and the car's not under control, you'll still get the same fault.
So is it sometimes safer to cross your hands in some situations? You see, like, racing drivers do it. Yeah.
If you are going round your test like a racing driver, I would dare to say it doesn't matter about your steering, but you will not pass. It does not matter how you are steering if that is what you're doing. Imagine the examiner just gets out at the end like, whoo.
But did you die though?
Oh, brilliant. Would you say there's any others?
Handbrake, definitely. Yeah. Do I have to put my handbrake on every 5 seconds?
No.
Do I have to put my handbrake on at the traffic lights?
No.
Oh my God. It's like, it just takes so long to get everywhere when people do that. They stop at a giveaway line, then they're looking, a bit of traffic, handbrake on, and then there's a gap and they go, oh, handbrake off, and then you miss the gap.
And going in handbrake and neutral constantly. Like handbrake neutral. Stop, handbrake neutral. And I'm like, if you're like first or second, don't you want to be ready to go? But my dad told me to put my handbrake on and go into neutral. And like the lights have changed now. And then they panic and then they're trying to, and then next thing they're stalled or the lights have changed back. You want to be ready to go.
It's the dads. It's always the dads. Bloody dads.
Leave it in gear. We need to go.
We need to go, yeah.
Can be also some old school instructors. Some people like teach that still because it used to be, I don't know, did it used to be a thing, Vicky?
What you think I'm that old?
No, but you know everything about driving because you're Rospa Gold.
I still learn all the time. But yeah, I think engines and stuff used to struggle. You used to have to gear down every single gear through the gearbox, didn't you? And then I think you did have to, because your clutch wasn't very good, so you would have had to put it in neutral, not to be on your clutch, I think. And your brakes were rubbish, weren't they? Old-fashioned brakes were rubbish, so you would have used your handbrake more, so you weren't wearing your brake.
Interesting. See, every day's a school day.
I think. I'm just guessing, but I think that's probably why.
Oh, you could have just really stuck by that answer. We would have both gone, yeah, I'm an advanced motorist. I know that shit. What was your test like? Like when you took your driving test, Vicky and Kate?
Oh, it snowed.
Snowed?
Snowed on the day of my test. And then, and I was an absolute nervous wreck. And my instructor picked me up for my hour before and I couldn't stop shaking. He drove because I was that bad. I was absolutely just shaking really, really bad. I couldn't control the car. And it got to the point where he was like, if you can't sort this out, we can't go for your test because you can't drive. You actually cannot drive. So sort it out or go home.
Oh, that's not encouraging.
Well, we got on really well, and I think that's probably what I needed to hear.
Fair.
I needed that kick up the bum of you're going to have to just sort it out. Nobody else can sort this out. You have to do it now. Because it had snowed, I got an examiner from out of town and he wanted to go home. So I got back to the test centre and my instructor came running out like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's happened? And I was like, nothing. I've passed. I got 3 minors. He wants to go home. I'd done my 2 manoeuvres and I'd done an emergency stop.
2 manoeuvres? We had an extended test.
Wow.
No, but back in the olden days, you had to do 2 manoeuvres.
Really?
You have to do 2 manoeuvres, yeah.
Maybe I can't remember.
So I did a turn in the road and a reverse round a corner.
Right, we're reversing round a corner. That old pointless manoeuvre.
Yeah, and that was the one I couldn't do, and I honestly don't know how I managed to do it on the day, but hey.
I remember teaching that. Let's reverse round this corner really tightly. Why? Don't know. It's on the driving test. That's the only reason.
Why?
Why do I have
Such
to
a
stay
bizarre thing
exactly
to do.
Drains-Wick the way the whole way around? You just do.
Ever.
Yeah. What a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I had to do that with John Bentley the other day.
Ooh,
That's
John
what we wanted to
Bentley.
say.
That fate, tell me more, Kate.
Him to give John Bentley tips. I mean, he's been on Top Gear. He's got a bend on Top Gear named after him. Did you know that? So one of the bends on Top Gear is named after John Bentley.
No way. So he can drive,
Yeah.
and you had to teach him how to drive.
He can drive.
Can you really not talk about it? Is it that top secret?
No, so I can say that we kind of went out. I can say what it's for. So it was it's called Shop Smart Save Money now, but it used to be the Gadget Show.
Oh, I love that program.
But I just can't say what else was there until it's released.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
I know. But we filmed it like around my local area, which I loved, around Port Sunlight, which was great.
When's it coming out?
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to tell me when it's
Okay.
coming out.
What channel is it on?
Channel 5, yeah, Channel 5. And John Bentley did say that he would listen to our podcast.
No
So
way.
shout out, John, if you're listening.
What is
He
that,
did.
John?
Yeah. Okay. We're now Instagram friends, me and John. He is such a lovely man. So lovely, you know, so
Aw,
lovely.
Check you out.
Kate,
Yeah.
you are a
Yeah.
legend.
It's not as good as you guys, but come on.
Behave yourself.
You met John Bentley,
Behave yourself, Kate.
and I met Vicky.
Yeah, so as Francis, you totally got the raw end of the deal there.
Aw.
Joking.
If you guys didn't do the other bit, we would have all met together, would we? We wouldn't be where we are now.
Exactly.
Scarlett's driving school was mad fun.
Mad fun.
Francis, you built up your big driving test story, so you better...
Oh my God, no, it's
Francis, you haven't talked about your driving. So
nowhere
get rid of that.
near as
Ooh,
good
ooh.
as your story, Vicky. Damn it.
Oh.
When I did my driving test in Hither Green long time ago, I drove into the test centre, and the test centre entrance is really bloody narrow. So I drove in and bumped my left rear wheel over the curb. And the examiner at the end was like, "You've passed." And I was like, "What? What about the bit?
No,
Do you see that?"
don't-
And my instructor was in the back, and she's like, "Are you trying to talk him out of this? What's wrong with you, Francis?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. Soz." And he was just like, "No, it's fine. Like, you were super under control, just a small bump over the left wheel, and that's not a problem." A pupil recently, Eva, who's all over YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, she's really nice, and she took a driving test in West Wickham. She came out of the station car park and bumped the left rear wheel over the curb. And I was like, "Oh, no problem. I did that and passed." And the examiner at the end, I listened to the debrief, and he was super harsh about it. He was like, "Yeah, but there could have been a pedestrian there." Bloody wasn't. Could have been a baby and he bloody wasn't any of those things there. So I was like, how's that?
Oh,
This could be
that's
another
so-
test myth. There's just no parity between like one test and the other.
Everybody just come to Hartlepool. Our examiners are the best. The
Yeah.
best.
I'm moving. See you in a bit.
Oh, please come live up here. It would be amazing.
Oh, I'd love to.
I got told off at the test centre before for laughing. I've been told off at the test centre a few times for laughing. But me and my friend were stood at the door and we were watching all the other tests come back. And outside our test centre, there's a big patch of grass. So there's the car parking bays and then the grass. And the pupil had come back, and then the examiner's like, "Just park in the bay. It doesn't matter if you're in the bay." Why doesn't it matter at the end if you're in the bay or not? Like,
Because you've already done a manoeuvre.
yeah, but then like, well, so it doesn't matter, just park anywhere. It doesn't even matter if you're sideways across three braces. And the person hit the accelerator instead of the brake, caught the examiner completely by surprise because it was the end of the test, and all four wheels launched up onto the grass. I could not breathe. I was absolutely falling about. And then it wasn't my pupil. I mean, it wasn't...
Oh, for you.
But then the examiner then put their foot on the brake, but the pupil was still accelerating on the grass.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was just, the wheels were just going round and round and round. And me and my friend, who was an instructor, we had to go back inside the test centre and close the door because we could not get it back together. And then when
Ricky.
the examiner came over at the end and he was like, "Oh, you think that's funny, do you, when somebody's failed the driving test?" I was like, "No, I didn't think it was funny that they failed their driving test, but I did think it was funny that you were on the grass." Like,
Oh my God. What did you say back?
Terrible.
we just have to apologise.
Okay.
Sorry. Can you
Sorry
imagine?
for
I wouldn't dare
naughty
give any
school
lip
children.
back. I was just like, head down. I'm really sorry. But we're still laughing. Tears absolutely rolling.
Vicky, can you take this seriously, please?
No, like, how could you? Like, how could you?
How could you not laugh
I
then?
always say to my pupils, your test is not finished till that engine is turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad
there's a
times.
wall outside ours on like a diagonal wall, and there's a few bricks missing off the top, and we all laughing. So when everyone comes back in, and we all say, when you come back in off your test, you drive forward, watch the wall, and everyone goes, okay. So someone's hit it at some point, but we don't know who.
I've had someone fail for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Croydon Test Centre, when that used to be a thing. She actually passed until she nudged the wall at like 2 miles an hour.
Devos.
Yeah.
Devos.
Concentrate till the very end, please. Then you're done. And then don't talk the examiner out of it.
Yeah. Don't wave at us when you see us. I'm like, stop waving, get in the car. Do you know what I find the best bit is? You know, when you come back, when they say, oh, do you want your instructor? To listen in? And my car's got automatic locking, so the doors don't unlock again unless you take the key out or turn the engine off. And your people's looking, and you try to open the door, and they're just looking at you through the window, like, and you're like, open the door. And I am, they're going, like, open the door. And then they're like, oh, and then they look at me, and I'm like, oh, how embarrassing. I'm like, pulling the door, and they're locked. It's quite funny, though.
When they come back off test, there's always somebody who does reverse bay parkers, and they're at the end. And our bays are like right opposite where the door is, where we all stand. And there's nowhere else for us to go. So when the person comes in to do the reverse bay park, we all turn and face the wall like naughty school kids, so we don't watch.
Oh, to not put them under pressure,
Yeah. Well, like we must look ridiculous. So like there might be 4 or 5 tests going out, so we're all just stood there, just against the wall, looking away. Like don't look at them.
Aww.
Which probably makes it more awkward because then the pupils like they all know and they're waiting because they're going to turn around in a minute and check me out.
No, somebody always has to have a little sneaky peek, like a little cheeky side eye. Like, are they in? Are they done? Can we move?
Are they on the grass?
Seen that happen before.
Oh,
yeah. Where are they? Oh, we shouldn't laugh, really, should we? We have some confessions. We've got a few here.
So we've had an instructor sent this in anonymously, I'm guessing, because there's no name on the end of it. My pupil kept saying ovulation instead of observation. I corrected them a couple of times and then I just gave up.
How do you get that wrong? Like, how do you... It's not even a more common... It's not even a more common word. You'll be like doing it on purpose.
Yeah, it's not even close, is it? Like, do you think they did realise after, do you know when they got home afterwards, do you think they realised what they'd said, or do you think still totally oblivious till now?
Maybe it was a bet.
I wonder how many times I can say this to why am I driving instructor? Or,
I'll have to get in touch with that instructor and ask.
They were on speakerphone. They were on speakerphone on their lesson to their mates, and the mates are cracking up in the background. Do you know I've actually had that? This is my confession.
No.
Yeah. Someone who was having a hard time with their driving instructor recorded their lesson and sent it to me for feedback. Imagine. I'm not going to say that's definitely anonymous. I'm not going to say who it was or what the instructor was, but I'll be honest, the instructor was shit, and they changed after that.
It wasn't my pupil, was it?
Definitely not. It could never be. I can just like imagine being recorded and then you don't know. So
are you allowed to do that?
I don't know, but they did. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't. Yeah, we're not encouraging anybody to
don't record your driving lessons and send it to other driving instructors.
No, thank you. If you're not happy with your instructor, just change. Don't
just change. Yeah. If you're not sure, just change.
Yeah,
absolutely. I worry about this next confession happening. Nearly lost my kid. Tried to open the door at 70 miles an hour.
What, the kid or the
kid did? I'm assuming
it was the kid and there wasn't the parent trying to push them out. Like, I worry about this. Like, and this is my confession. I have a thing where when I'm sat in the front and somebody else is driving, I think, oh, I really want to open the door.
Yeah, naughty thoughts.
Yeah, like, and I know I can't. And I've had to say before to Mark, my husband, who does our sound, can you lock me in? Because I know I'm going to open the door.
The temptation is real.
Yeah, totally. I am that person. Like, don't do that. Okay, I'm just going to do it now.
This is what child locks were invented for, though, because kids do dumb stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe Vicky would sit in the back because child locks don't work in the front.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah, but especially over a long journey, it must be when I get bored and I think, oh, I might just
How can I make this more spicy?
Yeah, I mean, I've never opened the door, but I
Okay.
do get the thought. Yeah.
Isn't that a TikTok video? When people just go and you're driving along and you just want to go and just see what happens. You not seen that one? You've not seen it? So I said, what would happen if I did this? And you can see people driving and then they just go.
Oh,
quite
no.
funny. Yeah.
Don't open the door.
Never wanted to open my door
No.
though.
No.
Don't
Right.
drive on TikTok. That's stupid. Don't. That's the worst thing to do. Yeah.
Don't. No. This is another one from an instructor. I had a pupil ring me at 4 a.m. once. 4 a.m.
4
4
a.m.
a.m. They had to leave their phone on because their dad wasn't very well. So understandable. Well, we have a life outside of being driving instructors, don't we? Apparently.
Yeah.
I answered very sleepy to a pupil asking it if I could come to Liverpool and pick him and his mate up and he would pay the lesson fee because he couldn't get a taxi.
Oh, stop it. At 4 a.m. No, get out.
I hung up. And then the next lesson, let's just say he got a flea in his ear off me or he got right telling on.
Oh, yeah, that's proper cheeky. But why did you answer it at 4 a.m.?
Because it's if they were expecting it maybe to be their parents and they've just sort of picked it up like half. I'm on my landline like you now, Francis. To pick my phone up. Oh, wow. No.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed at that too.
That's bad.
I'd be annoyed. I sometimes get a message early hours saying I need to cancel my lesson tomorrow. I'm not very well.
Drunk.
They forget that they've either got me on Instagram or Snapchat and I can see that they've just been out. A few times though, I've been tempted to text my pupils and ask for a lift because I think, well, I know you've got a car and you've passed your test and I know you haven't gone out because you're not on my Snapchat story. So like, if I can't get a taxi, a few times I've thought, oh, I wonder if one of my pupils will come get me.
And you've never texted. This is your naughty thoughts again, Vicky.
Yeah, no, and I've never texted them. But I bet if I just put it out there and just messaged a few like pupils in a group and said, can somebody come and get me? I bet one of them would.
Because
I reckon mine would.
Yeah, best pupils ever. I think
Yeah.
somebody would come and get me. The last confession I have got written in front of me here is from one of my sisters.
go on.
And it's titled, she's writing like a lovely little story, becoming that much of a lazy driver, I ran myself over. And she did.
How? But you need to be in the car to drive. What?
Right, there's a few bits to this story. I have previous for running people over. In fact, I have run my dad over twice. True story.
On purpose?
No, not on
That's
purpose.
your dad. Yeah.
She's run my dad over twice. She reversed over him once. And I never thought it would be possible to run myself over. I was wrong.
Oh dear.
So I'm obviously the driver in our family. Getting a car with a few mod cons took some getting used to, especially when it came to an automatic handbrake. But over time, it became normal. That's weird, isn't it? When you get an automatic handbrake, you've got to like trust that it's going to actually go on. I'm always like, are you on?
Double. Yeah, do it
Yeah,
twice.
are you on?
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple of months, parked up in the parent and child bay outside of Boots, which is on a bit of a hill. It's on a fair slope. So she got out the car as normal, half in, half out the car, one foot firmly on the ground. And then I'm wiped out by my car door, and my car quickly moving backwards, and my son's still in the car. Now I'm more or less flat to the floor with my legs stuck under the car and the car door completely in my face.
Oh my God. What?
I had to dive back into the car and pull the handbrake. I completely forgot that I was in a different car and hadn't bothered to apply it at all. One slightly frightened child and a badly bruised mum later. I've now learnt 3 lessons. It's not cool to run yourself over. No, it's not. Don't be lazy and always apply your handbrake. As if she had to run herself over, though, to learn that you need to put your handbrake on.
Put your handbrake on when you get home.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Was she okay?
Oh dear.
Yes, she's okay.
Okay.
And we've all had a bit of a laugh about Sarah running herself over.
Did she hurt herself?
Yeah, quite badly. Yeah. A bit battered and bruised and a bit traumatised, I think.
Oh.
But since she ran herself over, I can confirm that she's not ran anybody else over or herself since.
Oh, that's good.
She's learnt now. Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad keeps saying that I ran him over as well, and I didn't. I didn't run him over.
Oh, we want that story from your dad. Get your dad to send it in a voice note. I've got one more. What do you think of this? So someone was learning in their own car, Audi, nice car, and went to her driving test. Well, needed to get to her driving test. And she was relying on her boyfriend at the time to take her to the driving test because you need a passenger. That's the legal stuff. And then he had tonsillitis. Like, that's a serious thing. But so then he wouldn't take her to a driving test, and she had to get a tow truck to tow the car to the test centre so that she could then get in with the examiner. Cost 500 quid.
No
500 quid.
way.
Because he had tonsillitis. Like, tonsillitis is serious, but it's not like I can't sit in the car in a passenger seat and put my seatbelt on serious, is it? Right?
But then, like, obviously they really needed to pass their driving test that day. Like,
Yeah.
Why'd she have to get a tow truck?
because she couldn't drive unaccompanied.
The car had to be towed.
So the car's been taken to the test centre, so then she could drive it accompanied with the examiner. Oh my
God.
days. Wow. They really wanted to pass their test that day, didn't they?
Did they pass?
Yeah, luckily she did pass. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Why would that enter your head? Like, if I was in that situation, I don't think the thought of I'll just get my car towed where I need it to go would even enter.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'd just be like, oh, well, game over.
Yeah.
No.
Good
Yeah.
thinking.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad she passed though. That would have been awful. Imagine
Yeah.
being the boyfriend, he would never have lived that down if she'd have failed after
No.
spending all that money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be super annoyed. You've got tonsillitis, just get in the car.
All right,
Yeah,
Mr.
I would
Sympathy.
No, I'd be the same. I'd be like, you've got to suffer it to get in the car. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, tonsillitis can be really
No, I would be.
nasty.
Have you had it?
No.
Is it
but
so
maybe
nasty that you can't sit in a driving seat, in a passenger seat?
Oh, well, I don't know. They obviously felt like it was.
I would have made him pay.
The 500 quid for the tow truck, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
can you
you
imagine
can pay.
being on the end of the phone call for that tow truck? Like, are you broken down? Nope.
No.
Bloody hell.
Nope. I just would like to go to a test centre. Like, they're using it like a taxi, tow truck
Yeah.
taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot to unravel.
Yeah. I'm really glad they passed
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you've
dear.
got any confessions as well, then send them to us. Kate, go for it.
carschoolconfessions@gmail.com, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Car School Confessions.
Everywhere. We're worldwide.
Everywhere.
That was so fun.
It was fun.
We should do that again sometime.
Always fun.
though. Yeah, go on then.
Just sometime.
We could do that again.
Yeah, go on then.
Do you know what though, guys? We should do, it's going to be episode 10, the next one.
Oh my God.
10? We're in double figures.
We need something epic for episode 10.
Oh, well, we need some
Yes,
good
we do.
confessions then of everybody else.
Yeah.
Please send
Tell
them
us
in.
your confessions. Send them in. Comments in the comment section. What we should do for episode 10. What should we discuss? What should we talk about? And we'll do it for you because you're all awesome. Guys, this has been an absolute blast. We'll see you in episode 10. Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Try.
sing along?
Oh, yeah.